Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 24th January. The journey through time of 24th January 2025. Friday. Today that is 24th January. Highlight in history. 1651. Arauco War. Spanish and Mapuche authorities meet in the Parliament of Boroa, renewing the fragile peace established at the parliaments of Quilin in 1641 and 1647. 1679. King Charles II of England dissolves the Cavalier Parliament. 1742. Charles VII Albert becomes Holy Roman Emperor. 1758. During the Seven Years' War, the leading burghers of Kongsberg submit to Elizabeth of Russia, thus forming Russian Prussia until 1763. 1817. Crossing of the Andes. Many soldiers of Juan Gregorio de las Heras are captured during the action of Pichuta. 1835. Slaves in Salvador de Bahia, Brazil stage a revolt which is instrumental in ending slavery there 50 years later. 1848. California Gold Rush. James W. Marshall finds a gold at Sutter's Mill near Sacramento. 1857. The University of Calcutta is formally founded as the first fully-fledged university in South Asia. 1859. The United Principalities of Moldavia and Wallachia, later named Romania, is formed as a personal union under the rule of Dominator Alexandru Lon Cuja. 1900. Second Boer War. Boers stop a British attempt to break the siege of Ladysmith in the Battle of Spion Kop. 1908. The first Boy Scout troop is organized in England by Robert Baden-Powell. 1915. World War I. British Grand Fleet battle cruisers under Vice Admiral Sir David Beatty engaged Rear Admiral Franz von Hipper's battle cruisers in the Battle of Dogger Bank. 1916. In Broward versus Union Pacific Railroad Company, the Supreme Court of the United States declares the federal income tax constitutional. 1918. The Gregorian calendar is introduced in Russia by decree of the Council of People's Commissars effective February 14, New Style. 1933. The 20th Amendment to the United States Constitution is ratified, changing the beginning and end of terms for all elected federal offices. 1935. Gottfried Krueger Brewing Company starts selling the first canned beer. 1939. The deadliest earthquake in Chilean history strikes Chile, killing approximately 28,000 people. 1942. World War II. The Allies bombard Bangkok, leading Thailand under Japanese control to declare war against the United States and United Kingdom. 1943. World War II. Franklin D. Roosevelt and Winston Churchill conclude a conference in Casablanca. 1946. The United Nations General Assembly passes its first resolution to establish the United Nations Atomic Energy Commission. 1960. Algerian War. Some units of European volunteers in Algeria stage an insurrection known as the Barricades Week, during which they siege government buildings and clash with local police. 1961. Goldsboro B-52 crash, a bomber carrying two H bombs breaks up in mid-air over North Carolina, The uranium core of one weapon remains lost. 1966. Air India Flight 101 crashes into Mont Blanc. 1968. Vietnam War. The first Australian task force launches Operation Coburg against the North Vietnamese Army and Viet Cong Congress during wider fighting around Long Binh and Bin Hoa. 1972. Japanese Sergeant Soichi Yokoi is found hiding in a Guam jungle where he had been since the end of World War II. 1977. The Atocha massacre occurs in Madrid during the Spanish transition to democracy. 1978. Soviet satellite Cosmos 954 with a nuclear reactor on board burns up in Earth's atmosphere, scattering radioactive debris over Canada's northwest territories. Only 1% is recovered. 1984. Apple Computer places the Macintosh personal computer on sale in the United States. 1986. The Voyager 2 space probe makes its closest approach to Uranus. 1987. About 20,000 protesters marched in a civil rights demonstration in Forsyth County, Georgia, United States. 1989. Notorious serial killer Ted Bundy, with over 30 known victims, is executed by the electric chair at the Florida State Prison. 1990. Japan launches Hiten, the country's first lunar probe, the first robotic lunar probe since the Soviet Union's Luna 24 in 1976, and the first lunar probe launched by a country other than Soviet Union or the United States. 2003. The United States Department of Homeland Security officially begins Operation. 2009. Cyclone Claus makes landfall near Bordeaux, France, causing 26 deaths as well as extensive disruptions to public transport and power supplies. 2011. At least 35 were killed and 180 injured in a bombing at Moscow's Domodedovo airport. 2018. Former Dr. Larry Nassar is sentenced up to 175 years in prison after being found guilty of using his position to sexually abuse female gymnasts. Thank you very much for your patience.